I get calls all the time about hunting the flooded timber. How do I manage flooded timber? What does that mean when we talk about flooded timber? Well, typically in these southern river floodplains, there were forested systems dominated by oak trees. Mallards and wood ducks in particular fed heavily, and still do feed heavily, on a variety of acorns, willow oak, water oak, nuttall oak, pin oak, some of those that are small enough for them to ingest. And man, that is a rich, rich source of carbohydrate energy and protein for them. It's really an ideal food. So if you're a landowner or you're in a club that has some timber, what do we do here? The things to remember, number one, is your most valuable resource in that particular wetland are those trees. So take very, very good care of those trees, and that means be careful with your flooding. Don't flood too early. Ideally, the trees will be dormant or at least headed into dormancy for winter before you flood, and you'll have the water off, ideally, before they start to green up in spring. It's pretty important consideration. So because you're going to be doing those kinds of things, just be careful and watch your trees. Make sure you don't start to stress them. How do I know if my trees are stressed? They'll start to show some yellowing in the crown. They might show some damage on the trunk. Work with a forester or wildlife biologist, because you really want to protect that fundamental resource, because you don't have green timber hunting without green timber. What do I do once I have this green timber impoundment? Flooding timing is very important. Depth, of course, is always important. Again, we're talking about mallards and the other puddle ducks, so we want to keep that water level, if we can, less than 18 inches.